Good afternoon. I figured I would take a few minutes to go over a few topics related to physical security, specifically surveillance or security cameras. For those who don't know, and for those of you who follow me on Facebook, friends and family members, you'll probably see a couple times a month I'll make reference to something we saw on our surveillance cameras at the house. And it's kind of become a hobby of mine, and I like to be able to see what's happening at my home, whether I'm there or not. So there's a couple different options that I recommend if you're looking at getting a home security system as far as surveillance. I will say in the beginning of this video that if you have the time and the money and you're willing to potentially mess up your house or hire somebody to do it for you, a hardwired system, whether it's video cable and a power cable or power over Ethernet, however you want to do it. If you want to mount those cameras throughout your house and drive through the sheetrock and lay all those wires, that is the best way to do it. You're going to have a constant video. You're not going to have interference. You're not going to have to worry about it being saved to a cloud somewhere and somebody else seeing the footage. It's all going to be stored locally. So that is the best way to do it. I'm not in that boat. I just got a new house. Don't want to mess up the walls. So that's where these cameras come in. The two cameras I've tried are Blink and Arlo. And we used Blink for about a month or two, and then we used Arlo almost a year. We're actually using Arlo right now. So the different cameras that I recommend, those are the two that we've used, and those are the two I always get questions about. Should I go with Blink? Should I go with Arlo? What are the pros and cons of each one? So I figured I'd make this video for you and run down the list. So the first thing to really determine is how many cameras you need. Most people are going to be fine with just 2 or 3. Now if you want multiple angles, if you want the sides of your house, if you want maybe one facing the door and one away from the door, then the Blink security system might be the best, because for the price of 2 Arlo cameras plus the base station, which is required, you can buy 5 Blink cameras plus the base station. Again, the quality is not going to be quite as good. The Blink cameras are not set up to be used outdoors, but they can be if you're very strategic about where you place them. So again, if you need a lot of cameras and you're on a budget, like most people are, then Blink is going to be the way to go. Now, if you want slightly better audio, if you want slightly better video and you want the addition of audio, and you want something that's weatherproof, then you'd want to go with Arlo, because Arlo can be placed anywhere as long as you're not in a place where it gets well below freezing or over 110 or 115 degrees. Then again, Arlo is going to be fine. They both support applications on your phone. So you can download the Blink app, you can download the Arlo app, and view everything from there. I haven't used Blink, I can't even keep them straight. I haven't used Blink in probably about 6 or 7 months. So I don't know if Blink added the ability, but in the past you could not record on demand or save content. With Arlo, you can save content, you can actually view a live stream, even on your computer. You just log in through your browser. You can view the Arlo footage in real time and even record on demand. So if something's happening or you think something's going to happen, you can hit record and save that clip. Both of these services have the ability to save the information, save the videos to the cloud. And then from there you can save it. And after like 7 days pass, it begins to overwrite the oldest content, and it just moves forward that way. You can also set up alerts. So if something does happen, if something triggers the motion and it starts to record, it'll let you know, and then if you want to, you can go view that footage. I think the biggest thing to worry about with the cameras, or not really worry about, but plan for, is the batteries. Blink only takes 2 batteries, 2 AA or AAA batteries, but the Arlo cameras take 4 CR123 batteries. It's basically like a really fat and short AA, but it takes 4 of those per camera. We leave our cameras running 24/7. It doesn't matter if we're here or not, because a break-in or anything could happen at any time. And our neighborhood has had a few of those before we moved here, actually. So having those cameras in place is important, and I'm of the mindset that as soon as you turn it off, that's when something's going to happen. So again, you will go through batteries pretty fast. Now you can focus these cameras to capture certain parts of the yard, but if you're only capturing, let's say the patio, for example, that's kind of a late alert for something happening further out in the yard that you could see earlier, and kind of plan against earlier on. So that's just something to keep in mind. You're going to be going through batteries pretty quick, depending on how often you leave them on, what the sensitivity setting is, what the video quality setting is, and again, how active that area is. Example, a front yard camera is generally going to be used a lot more than a backyard camera unless you have pets like we do. So we've going through both cameras pretty fast. The only other thing that I would kind of caution people about is again, where you place these cameras, because with Blink, again, it's meant for indoor use, but a lot of people, myself included, when we use them, would put them like right under the awning of the roof outside. So it'd be kind of tucked away, but you could still see the whole yard. Well, the problem is, over time, that case is probably going to separate from the heat and the humidity and the moisture, whatever else, just the elements in general, not including bugs or anything else that might crawl on the cameras, will begin to wear it and kind of separate it. Moisture gets inside and you're out $60 per camera for Blink. To kind of get around that requirement, people will often place the Blink cameras like inside the windows here facing out, but then you have the lens here, you've got the window here. A lot of times it'll throw back the image, or it'll be hazy, or just won't even detect anything. So for those kind of things, and I really want something outside, both of our cameras are outside mounted high up, so they can't be messed with. That's something I couldn't do with Blink. So again, I'd like to get more cameras, and you don't have to get it all at once. You can get it in pieces. That's kind of what we're doing, and just kind of expand your system beyond that point. Night vision is also key, because again, if anything happens, there's a good chance it's going to happen at night. The Blink cameras and the Arlo cameras have a pretty good throw for the night vision cone to let you kind of see what's actually happening, and it is real night vision. The only thing is, if you put it higher up, then that cone is going to be a lot less by the time it gets to the ground. So, and I might do another video for this, but you can actually get wireless 600 lumen LED spotlights, floodlights basically, that you can just stick on the side of your house right next to the camera. So when that floodlight detects something, just blast that light. The camera picks it up and records on its own, and you eliminate the need for night vision. I can give you information on those lights. They're about 30 or 40 bucks on Amazon, and they work great. So those are some of the general pros and cons of each of the cameras, Blink and Arlo. I'm not going to tell you which one you should get. I can tell you that I have used both. Arlo is it's higher quality. It's outdoor use. That's what we're using. Blink is also really good. Again, if you want a lot of cameras really quick, go with Blink. Just remember that there are outdoor limitations. Thanks.